Hi everyone, it's Kara, the Granite State Stitcher, both here on YouTube and on Instagram. Gmail is the Granite State Stitchers at gmail.com. So I wanted to get a video in before I left for Montana this week. And I do have a lot of content, but not a lot of stitchy content, unfortunately. But we'll get into that in a minute. So I hope everyone's had a good past couple of weeks. It is Labor Day weekend here in the States and also in Canada, I believe. So it's been kind of a laid back weekend. My son had a barbecue on Saturday that I went to, and then I had to finish up my Canada swap and get that in the mail because that needed to be in the mail by this weekend. So we also have the drawing winners to announce from the last video from my 1 year anniversary Flosstube. So we have a couple things to cover today. So first of all, let's talk about my FFO. Can you believe I am even saying that? FFO, ding, ding, ringing the bell. So in my last video, I talked about how I was taking part in the Canada Smalls exchange swap. And I don't live in Canada, but my father's side of the family is French Canadian, and they came down from Three Rivers, which is right over the Maine border, up by Fort Kent. And I reached out to Karen, who is the Stitching Owl. She and the Bay City Stitchers are the ones sponsoring the swap. And she was kind enough to allow me to participate. And the only requirement was that it had to be a small done by a Canadian designer. You had to choose a Canadian designer for your pattern. So I chose my pattern. It's actually part of a pattern. It's part of a complete pattern, but I just chose a section to do as a small. And it was so fun to do. And then my dilemma was, how do I want to finish this? You know, back in the day, everything that I did was framed because it was usually, you know, a wedding sampler or a baby sampler, or I was doing the jar lids, you know, for my grandmother when she would make her jams and jellies. So, and of course, now we have so many different options to choose from, especially for smalls. You know, do you want to mount it on something? Do you want to do a pillow? Do you want to do a flat fold? So that was my dilemma. Like, what do I, all right, it's all finished. What do I do with it? So I just went to Joann's and I went to Michael's and I walked around and I just let the inspiration hit me. So it is off to the person that's supposed to be going to. I'm sorry that I can't show it to you because I know that that person watches my videos and I don't want her to see it ahead of time. I want her to see it when it arrives in the mail for her. But I did, you know, do a separate clip, so I will insert that in my next video so you can see what it was. But I am so proud of myself. I am so proud of myself. I mean, you guys, if you've been with me a while, you know that I am a process stitcher. I love the whole process, the kitting up, just the stitching. I have so many whips, and it's just nice to be able to look through my pile and say, oh, I'm going to stitch on this today. So, but I did thoroughly enjoy finishing that and fully finishing it. So, something may have been ignited within me to start getting some of my other patterns finished so I can fully finish those too. So we'll see. We'll see. But I thought that I would throw a question out there today. So, what is your favorite way to finish something? I know that some people prefer to do smalls and they like doing pillows, um, or they like finding things at, Target in the $1 section or whatever and just mounting it. There are some people that love to do ornaments. I have yet to do an ornament. Some people only do large pieces and they have to be framed. So I'm just curious. Now that the bug has kind of bitten me, what is your preferred method of finishing? How do you like to finish your how do you like to do your FFOs? So anyway, leave me a comment down below and let me know, and maybe we'll have like a little poll. We'll do a little chart or whatever at the next video to see what people prefer. So I didn't get much other stitching done this week or the past 2 weeks because I was working on that. Plus, I'm right up against the September 15th deadline for business tax return extensions. And I leave Friday for Montana for my daughter's wedding. So I just have so much going on. But I will show you what, other than my finish, I did work on my temperature chart and finished up August. Can you believe that we're already in September? The first 2/3 of the year is gone. That's crazy. Although I have to say, I am a fall person. I love summer. The heat doesn't bother me. The humidity, not so much. But I I just love fall. I love the cooler days, the cooler nights. I love the fall decor. The mums and the scarecrows and the fall colors. They're all so lovely. Um, so here we are. Here is the temperature chart. So as you can see, we finished off August. Still quite a bit of hot coloring there. Definitely August, July, and June, were some hot temperatures. I mean, even yesterday it was in the 80s here. So we'll probably have, a late summer. But I started the roof down here for September. This will probably be my next FFO. Remember, I want to put this into a quilted wall hanging, a log cabin wall hanging, which I think will look fabulous. So that'll be exciting. And then I did work a little bit on the letter A from Nora Corbett, but not a lot, not a lot. Like I said, I was working on my mystery stitch. So other than that, that's all I had for stitching. So I thought that I do have haul, so I will show that to you. But I also thought that I would do a sampler September kit parade because last year was the first year that I did a sampler September and I really enjoyed it. So I would like to participate again this year, and I have all my samplers pulled, and I will do the same thing as I did last year. I'll just put them on a wheel and I will spin and pull out a couple each week. Not this week, but I figure that by the time I get back I might, who knows, I might take a couple with me. But we'll talk about that in plans. But I still will have enough time even when I get back from Montana to, there'll still be over 2 weeks left of the month. So anyway, so let's look at what I have for Sampler September for Kitted Up projects. This first one is by Margaret and Margaret, and it is called The Season Samplers. And I don't know if there is a small start on this. I don't even, this will be interesting for me too to go through these because I don't know which ones I actually started last year and which ones I didn't. This one has a small start. Looks like I started up in the border, the top left. We got one little strawberry there. So let's hope that this gets called again this year. This looks like it must be Country Mocha. Let's see. Number 20. Vintage Country Mocha, 28 count. That's a lovely. I love that fabric. All right. Next we have, who is this? Agnes Plat. Strawberry Sampler. By Blackbird Designs, part of the Loose Feather series. And which one am I doing? Oh, I think I'm doing this one down here, which you can't see too well. Am I? Yes, that's the one I have as a pattern. Let me see if there's a better picture inside the book. Still very light, but that's what it is. And I believe I got a small start on this one last year. So let's see. And that's being stitched on 30 count gray linen. Border. Got the border started. Oh, you know what this one is? I remember what this one is. I had started this. I started doing the border and I'm going across and I'm counting and I'm like, how did I run out of fabric? I know that I sized the fabric appropriately. Well, I started stitching the wrong way because I thought this was the width of the fabric, but this is really the width of the fabric. So I was actually going down the side when I was stitching, but I thought I was going across the top. Thank goodness it's the same border all the way around, so no harm done. But yeah, I can remember being so perplexed, like, why do I not have enough fabric here? That was why, because I was an idiot and started in the wrong spot. All right, next we have Scarlet House, Martha Evans, 1879. I love this one. This is a really nice sampler. Okay, Martha Evans. This is being stitched on 40 count winter white. Ooh, large start on this. Again, started in the border. And this is winter white. It almost looks like a parchment, but that's all right. So just a small start on that one. Okay. Then we have a Sampler Study 1802 Reproduction. And this is by the Primitive Hair. Nice house. Love those flowers on the side too. And I don't think this one got called last year. Nope. This is a piece of 36 count platinum. So maybe this one will get called this year. Next we have The Savior's Praise. I'm probably not very smart having this in a sampler rotation, considering that I have And a Forest Grew currently going. But this is A Savior's Praise by Shakespeare's Peddler. Absolutely beautiful. Oh. And I know that I did not start this last year, and it's being stitched on 40 count Beach Brew, which is the called for fabric. I would like to get a start on that, but we'll see. If it gets spun, I will pull it out and I will start it. If any of these get spun on the wheel, I will start them or pull them out to work on them if they've already been started. Okay, this one got the itchy nose syndrome. What is it about when you start filming you get the itchy nose? Okay, this one I might take with me. I think it's appropriate. The Blue Flower, Happy Campers. I started this one for February boot camp of this year for that the Colorado Cross Stitcher puts on. And let's see, because you had to stitch something with animals in it. And of course that has a ton of animals in it. Oh, so this is how far I got. I started up in the left-hand corner, came down, and this is the back of the beaver. So right there. So I got this border down around here, and then his back started. So I think this would be appropriate to take to Montana. We're actually going to be staying in an Airbnb lodge. We rented the whole lodge for all the guests and the wedding party. So yeah, that'll be fun to take with me. And this is being stitched on. That looks like parchment too. Let's see. Oh, 40 count light mocha. All right. Then we have, oh, this one I'm going to have to keep out. Summer Quaker by Leela Studio. Everyone has seen this. So many people have stitched this. It's absolutely beautiful. I need to keep this out because Sarah, the Northwood Stitcher, is going to be starting this on September either 21st or 22nd, whatever the last day of summer is. And I started this last summer in August when the New Hampshire Stitcher, Lauren, had started this SAL. I know that Samantha, the Yuga Stitcher, she showed hers recently, and Samantha is starting an autumn Quaker SAL. So I do want to join in on that one. I've seen some people on Instagram that have started the haunted Quaker cell. Mary Lou from Two Cross Stitchers, she's almost done with this. She showed this in her last video, and I bet that she'll be finished with this when she posts her next video. So many people are either still working on this or have completed it. Let's see where I got to. I don't even remember. Okay, here we go. Another humongous start, obviously in the left corner, coming down. I think that this fabric is from the Primitive Hair. Let's see. Looks like a 40 count something. Let's see if I'm right. Old Massachusetts 40 count by Primitive Hair. There we go. All right, so this one I will keep out. This one will not go on the wheel. This one I will definitely be stitching. Next we have, oh, this one's so sweet. I should take this one with me too and just work on it. This is My Little Sampler by Running with Needles and Scissors. And this is just so adorable. I started this for my granddaughter because it's just such a sweet little sampler. And it came with the Gloriana silks. When I got the pattern, it had the Gloriana silks with it, which are so soft, so soft. And this I am doing on, let's see, My Little Sampler 17. On a 28 count bone Jobelin. Oh yeah, and it has just the slightest pinkish hue to it, which I thought went very well with the floss. So I've only gotten 2 of the letters in, started the border. I don't know why I don't have more done on this, but hopefully this gets called again this year and I can put some time in on it. Maybe I should just keep this one out too and just stitch on it. It's just so sweet. My Little Sampler. Okay, then we have, this is fun, reaching into this bag. I have no idea what's in here. All right, Maria Selby Humphreys by Blackbird Designs, another Blackbird pattern. And let me see, I'm not sure which one I am doing. Am I doing the home or am I doing this? I think I'm doing the sampler, which would be this one right here with the house. Is that a berry bowl? Oh yeah, big fruit basket. Sorry about the glare. The big fruit basket and then the alphabet. So let me see if I have a start on this. Ooh, it's a big piece of fabric. Let me see what I'm doing this on. 36 count French country mocha. Oh yeah. Border. Border start. So obviously this one was called last year. Oh yeah, and that's on that sampler. Okay, so that is the one that I'm doing. All right. Whoops. Oh, Martha Walmsley. This was a complete kit that came from, oh, I'm not going to be able to think of it. Think of the name of the place. Hobby House. That's where it came from, Hobby House. I have not started this because the fabric is still in the bag. 40 count Lolly Brook Tabby Cat. And I ordered all the sulkies, the silks to go with it. And I guess it would be nice if I showed you the pattern. This is very, very pretty, very elegant. Love that bird right there in the middle. I love these two blue bowls. And I think this is really going to pop with those silks. Let's see what the fabric looks like. I don't even know if I've even looked at the fabric. Of course, this is a Hands Across the Sea sampler. Ooh. So it's Tabby Cat. It's like a yellowish with a little bit of beige modeling. Can you see that? Is that coming through? It's almost like a purplish beige. Probably can't see it, but very pretty. Well, hopefully Martha gets drawn this year on the wheel. I've only stitched one other piece in Sulky, I believe, and I think that's my Christmas Quaker, and I absolutely love it. So I'm looking forward to stitching that one with all those sulkies. What's this? Oh, I love this one. I love this one. Huckleberry Farm. Everybody knows this one too. By the Blue Flower. Oh, love it. Love it, love it. I don't know if this one got called last year. And let's see, I believe this fabric is it Bramble? No, 32 count shale. It's beautiful, beautiful fabric. Has that purplish undertone to it, brown. It's a brownish purple. This is rather a large piece. Oh, got a small start on this one. Evidently it was called last year. Oh, just a little itty bitty start. Oh, well, I hope this one gets called on the wheel again this year. I would love to put some time into this one. All right. What else do we have left? We only have 2 left in here. We have Margaret Beatty. Isn't that cute? I love this one. The little bunny rabbits. Just a short little sweet alphabet. This should be a quick stitch. I don't know why. It looks like I started it. Oh. Let's see, what is this being stitched on? It feels lovely. 32 count light khaki. This looks like a lakeside. I wonder if it is. Oh, typical. Border. Started the border. Oh man. Well, no denying it. When I tell people I'm a border starter, there's the proof. That is a sweet little pattern. And then we have, I don't know if I got started this one or not. This is in my keepsakes bag. The Lebanon House sampler. And this is by Rosewood Manor, and this was exclusive to keepsakes when it came out. And let's see what I'm stitching this on. Weeks Dye Works Gold Linen 30 count. If I can find the pattern. Almost looks like straw. One guess. Started the border, and I got like these little dots that are going across here for whatever reason those are. Oh well, a start is a start, right? A start is a start. Okay. So those are my kits that are kitted up for Sampler September. As you can see, some of them are whips. They did get a small start last year. So hopefully they get drawn again this year and they'll get some more progress. All right, I'm going to pause just for a minute and pull some haul, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys are going to laugh when you see my haul. There's no rhyme or reason to it. The first pile I'll show you there is, but the second pile, I don't know. It must have just been binge buying. Binge buying. Okay, so I did get this off of eBay, and it's awesome. Look at this. Teresa Wensler, Millennium. Isn't that amazing? These two statues, they remind me of Lord of the Rings when they're going down the river and they see the giant statues that are like guarding the mouth of the river or where the waterfall is. Isn't that awesome? So, and this is a Leisure Arts. I came across somebody else this week. I think it was Joan Elliott, and she had done one for Leisure Arts. I think she had done one for Sunset too. So I don't know if, before they had made a name for themselves, if some of these designers had, you know, been commissioned by these companies to do patterns for them. I just think that it's interesting because you would never think of Teresa Wensler now doing something for Leisure Arts because she's so popular in her own right. Yep, and this was done for the year 2000. So I thought that was cool. I would like to do that. Now, this next stack I'm going to show you. Remember how I said that the Canada Smalls Exchange, you had to stitch something by a Canadian designer. So I was looking up Canadian designers and their patterns, and I really saw a lot of Erin Elizabeth's designs that I liked. There were some by Shannon Christine too, but I thought that, they're sisters, but I thought that Erin's patterns were a little bit more suited for the Canadian swap. Not that they had to say Canada or be represent Canada in any way. It just had to be a Canadian designer, but I thought that would be cool if you did have the Canadian element in there as part of the design. So here's the first one that I ordered. And she has also done a USA tier, which I have. But I saw Erica from Fibers and Floss Canada. They just posted, she and Samantha just posted their latest video. And she had done this. She had done it very small. And she actually put it on a Notions bag for her swap, which was so pretty, so cool. Then red and white smalls. I was thinking, maybe just taking, one of these motifs and doing a small out of it. This one I've always wanted to get anyway. And even put it on like this same type of barn board. It looks like a white stain on it for my kitchen. That would be cute. Canadian flag. This, I don't know, for some reason this pattern reminds me of a sweater. And this one I love. I had to pull this out this winter and start it. Love that. So that was my Erin Elizabeth kick. The pattern that I did end up getting for my small and using for my small, I actually downloaded from her website so I could get the PDF so I could start on it right away. So I will show you that pattern when I show you my finish in the next video. Then I went on to 1, 2, 3 stitch. And I don't think it's binge buying. I think it's therapy buying. This was after a long day of going back and forth with my daughter, doing a lot of wedding planning. She's in the service in the Air Force stationed in Nebraska. I'm here in New Hampshire. The wedding is in Montana. Just logistically, it was a lot of stressful planning, we'll say. Number one, the time difference, and just not being able to be there in person, like to look at the venue, to, you have to figure out things. We're 4 hours out into the woods, 4 hours from the actual site of where the wedding's going to be. Just, and then the Airbnb, trying to get that stocked up with food and then getting the catering done for after the wedding. And just, and there was one day that we went through this and it was late at night and I'm like, I need to buy something. So I call it therapy purchasing, binge buying, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, this is what I ended up with. I got Nora Corbett, Holly from the Pixie Couture collection. I've wanted to get her for a while. And Samantha, the Yuga Stitcher, was showing hers. And let me tell you something. This picture does not do those berries justice. I was like, yep, I'm just going to order it. I've wanted it for a while. It's been on my wish list. I'm just going to order it. So I did. Then, for some reason, I must have been on a Bent Creek binge. I don't know. A Bent Creek buying binge. So we got, which one's this? Autumn Row. find your way to Easter. It's not even Easter, but obviously I wanted the pattern. This one I love. Gertie Gobbler. Oop, the lighting is freaking out on me here. It's because the light's coming in through the trees. Sorry. We're almost done. Spooky row. Stitching row. Another Erica Michaels. I thought maybe I would stitch these for my kids' stockings this year since my daughter's getting married and my son's 1-year anniversary is actually the same weekend in October that my daughter is having her reception. We can't have the reception at the state park, so we're actually having the reception back in Ohio where Josh's parents live. But I thought that would be cute, making both maybe the pillow and the strawberry. Then we have a Hinzite Halloween ABC. That's adorable. Bent Creek Autumn Soapbox. And Bent Creek Acorn. So yeah, this was my therapy shopping. Definitely. So that's my haul. Okay, so now let's do the drawing winners. Okay, so we had Summer Quaker. Now, whoever wins this, don't forget, Sarah, the Northwood Stitcher, is going to be starting hers on September 21st or 22nd, whatever the last day of summer is. And I'm going to be joining in with her. So if you want to join along, you'll be able to do so. This will have all the floss with it. All you'll have to do is just get your fabric. And then the other one was the Delft sampler, which I love. You know, I have this one kitted up too, and I don't have it in my Sample September kits, do I? I may have to go pull that and put it in there. All right, so what I did is I assigned numbers to everyone who had entered. And then when I was FaceTiming with Allie, I just said, give me a number. Pick any number between 1 and such. And she did. So the Summer Quaker is going to Stitching by the River 8666. So congratulations. Please send me your address to my Gmail address, and I will get this out to you this week before I leave for Montana. And the second one for the Delft sampler is going to Agneta Loof 728, and I know that she is over. Agneta, are you in Sweden? I think you're in Sweden, right? But congratulations. I know that you've won drawings from me in the past, so I should have your address. So congratulations to both of you. I will get these out in the mail this week so that they will be sent before I leave. Okay, so plans. Just wedding plans. Although, hold on just for a second. Okay, I forgot to show you 2 project bags that I got for Allie. This one is beautiful, has peacocks on it. And these are from So Much to Love. And it comes with a little notions pouch. So adorable. And she always puts this big rickrack on the front, and she always has the heart for the zipper pull. So I got Allie that one. And this one that has dinosaurs on it. The inside is green polka dot. Cute. Little notions pouch. So those are adorable. Okay. So plans. What am I going to take with me? I am definitely taking Allie's sweater. Gosh, sorry about that sun, guys. I need a sun blockade right there. I have started one of the sleeves, so I figure I'll take that. Where, like I said, where we are, the cabin is pretty isolated, and I know that there is one day that they have booked like a hiking excursion. I won't be going on that. So I'll just be hanging out in the cabin. I don't know if Josh's parents will either because his father just had a hip replacement. And so us older folks will probably just be staying at the cabin all day. And so I figure, well, I'll bring stuff to have to do there. There's also the flight out. We have a 5-hour layover in Minneapolis. They changed our flight on us. We did have, when we booked our flight, it was a nonstop straight into Montana. And then they changed our flight. We have a 5-hour layover on the way out. And then we have a 2.5-hour layover in Salt Lake City on the way back. So what I'm going to take to stitch on the plane will be Baby Dragon, because this will be some nice block stitching. I'm still working on the sky, and and this is being stitched on, I think, a 16 count Ada, yeah, or an 18 count. So it's easy stitching. So that's going to be my plain stitch. My layover stitch, I figured I was going to take a couple of the samplers, from Sampler September. But I think I'm definitely going to take Happy Campers with me. But I also figured I will take a couple of my Mirabilia ladies so that they can get some quality time in. I figure that with the 5-hour layover and with all the time I'm going to have in the cabin, that now would be a good time to really put a dent into my Mirabilia fancy ladies. So I am going to take Stargazer. And I don't know if I ever showed you the material that I finally decided on for her. It is a 28 count Gothic. I wanted it to look like a night sky. So it has, all that modeling, the blues and the purples and the light blues. And I think that will look really, really good on this. Especially since, I'm going to lighten up her dress, I think. We'll see. We'll see. Um, but anyway, that's my plan for her. I have my working copy all prepared. I got this all kitted up. So this will be good for her to get started. Then I will also bring along the lady of the flag. And I am doing that on the We the People linen. And that was the start that I had on this. It was just the top part of the flag that she's carrying. So hopefully I'll actually get down into her body. I don't know, that flag is going to take a lot. So I'm right here. I've done the staff of the flag, so I'll probably be coming down and doing that, you know, unless I go over and start on her head and her shoulders and this arm. We'll see. We'll see where the spirit moves me. So that's Lady of the Flag. And then the third one I'm going to take is Angel of the New Dawn. And the last we pulled her out is that itchy nose again. I had started up at the top of the archway. And I had some of those flowers in. So I can't wait to do some more stitching on this one. I just love this fabric. This fabric is so easy to work with. It's oh, I think it's a 28 count. Let's see. 13. 28 count bittersweet Jobelin. And it's just so nice to work with. So nice. So those are the plans. Keep your fingers crossed. Pray for sunny weather. I know that last week it was in the 80s out there, and then one day they had snow. So hopefully we get the 80-degree weather and not the other weather. No rain, no snow, no, not allowed, because we really don't have a plan B. The park does not have an indoor facility to use. They have certain areas in the park where you are allowed to have your ceremony. This must be the new destination wedding thing, because I've heard of other people this year getting married in national parks. And I don't know if it's because people are still shying away from flying overseas. You know, the destination weddings used to be, you know, going to some island or, you know, some really exotic place. Now it seems to be the national parks, which is fine. But they only allow 20 people. So it's basically just siblings, parents, and the wedding party. And hopefully it doesn't rain, because if it does, we will be having the ceremony inside the Airbnb. So this lighting is horrible. I am so sorry. The sun is like right there coming into the window. So I will end this now. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you again in a couple weeks. Bye.